Yugakure, Yugakure, or the village hidden in hot water. Sounds kinda weird, right? Well, Yugakure used to be a real ninja village, but at some point they decided to totally give up the ninja life and walk away from fighting. Now, when it comes to military power, Yugakure is seriously weak. They never even had a Kage, not one. That pretty much tells you everything. No strong leader, no big presence, just background noise in the ninja world. They also don't have any major clans. Like, think about it. Konoha has the Uchiha and Hyuga. Kirigakure has the Hozuki. Meanwhile, Yugakure, absolutely nothing. No powerhouse families, no secret jutsu bloodlines, just pure mid. The only reason anyone even remembers Yugakure is because of one guy, Haiden, the immortal psycho who worships some creepy god called Jashin. His immortality is crazy OP, no doubt. The point is, Haiden didn't protect his village. He destroyed it from the inside. He literally killed a bunch of his own teammates and ditched the village to join the Akatsuki. Today, Yugakure doesn't even try to be a ninja village anymore. They've fully switched over to tourism, turning their hot springs into a peaceful business. Sure, it brings peace and chill vibes to the locals, but it also means they've totally taken themselves out of the ninja world. Now, it's just a ninja village in name only. Now, if you've made it this far, welcome to the amazing world of anime. This is the place for true fans like you, where we celebrate all the magic, action, and emotions anime brings to our lives. You've watched, you've felt the hype, you've been lost in these beautiful fantasy worlds, but, have you hit that subscribe button yet? Right now, almost 90% of you are watching without subscribing. Just imagine, if everyone hits sub, we could build one of the strongest anime communities out there. So go ahead, click that subscribe button right now so you won't miss any new episodes, deep dive breakdowns, or awesome anime content coming your way. Thank you so much. Now next on the list, just a little bit higher, is Kusagakure. Kusagakure, or the Hidden Grass Village, is a ninja village, technically. But let's be honest, it's definitely one of the weakest in the whole Naruto world. They once sent some ninjas to the Chunin exams, and they didn't pass. Yeah, not every village can be a ninja superpower. They also completely lack any strong leadership. Throughout the entire Naruto series, we never see anyone acting as a Kage for this village. And let's be real, if you don't have a powerful leader, how are you gonna compete with places like Konoha or the Lightning Beasts over in Kumogakur? And just like Yugakure, they've got zero big-name ninja clans. As you know, a ninja village's power mostly comes from its strong clans and secret techniques. Kusagakure had nothing. The only cool thing they had was that two members of the Uzumaki clan used to live there, Karine and her mom. But then, her mom died, and Karine dipped out too. So much for that flex. Now here's the real kicker. Orochimaru actually used Kusagakure as one of his secret hideouts. That might sound impressive, but Orochimaru picked it because it was so weak that a missing nin like him could walk in, do whatever he wanted, and walk out like it was a rental Airbnb. During the Third Great Ninja War, Kusagakure got invaded by Iwagakure super easily, and that just proves how bad their defenses were. If we have to say something nice about Kusagakure, it's this. They're pretty decent at diplomacy. They can read the room and adapt, and after the Fourth Great Ninja War, they were invited to join the Shinobi Alliance. But honestly, that wasn't because they were strong, it was because they were weak and needed protection. It's survival, not strength. Takiakare. Takiakare, or the Hidden Waterfall Village, sounds super peaceful and poetic, but it's a classic case of great power, wasted potential. This village actually had Chome, the Seven Tails, something that most ninja villages could only dream of having. For a small village like Takiakare, owning a tailed beast is extremely rare. Usually, only the 5 great villages have the strength to control such monsters. But instead of turning Chome into a major strategic weapon, Takiakare totally fumbled the bag. They treated the Jinchuriki, Fu, terribly, isolating her and making her feel like an outsider. In the end, she got kidnapped by the Akatsuki, and the village lost its biggest advantage. Takiakare also had something called Hero Water, a special water that can multiply your chakra by 10 times. Sounds awesome, right? Well, the side effect is death. It's another example of how this village had rare and deadly resources, but they were way too dangerous to use regularly. As for leadership, the village was led by Shibuki. Honestly, he wasn't that impressive. He only showed up in a filler arc and didn't exactly scream legendary leader. Still, at least Takiakare had a leader, unlike some other villages we could mention. Now here's where it gets juicy. Kakuzu, one of the most powerful Akatsuki members, was originally from Takiakare. Yes, that Kakuzu, the immortal dude with 5 hearts and deadly threads. But he betrayed the village after failing to assassinate the first Hokage. They punished him, and in revenge, he stole their forbidden jutsu, Earth Grudge Fear, which is insanely strong. So Takiakare clearly had some wild jutsu hidden away. In the end, Takiakare feels like a rough gem, full of potential, but never properly polished. Uzhio Gakare. Uzhio Gakare, also known as the Hidden Eddy Village, used to be crazy powerful. The village's biggest strength was the Uzumaki clan, who were absolute masters of Fuinjutsu, or sealing techniques. You gotta understand, Fuinjutsu is one of the hardest, most dangerous, and most versatile skills in the ninja world, and the Uzumaki didn't just know it, they perfected it. They could seal giant-tailed beasts like Kurama, the Nine-Tails, which most villages wouldn't even dare to try. Mito Uzumaki is a perfect example. She was the very first Jinchuriki of the Nine-Tails, and she could completely control that monster. Later, Kushina took over the role. Both of these women had insanely strong life force and next-level sealing skills. Total queens. The Uzumaki clan was also known for their super long lifespan, massive chakra reserves, and crazy strong vitality. People even called Uzhio Gakare the village of longevity. In battle, that meant they could fight longer, recover faster, and survive stuff that would kill most ninjas instantly. But ironically, that terrifying power is exactly what got them destroyed. Other villages were totally paranoid about the Uzumaki's sealing jutsu, especially their ability to mess with the Shinigami, the god of death. So instead of facing Uzhio Gakure one-on-one, because let's be real, they'd get clapped, the other villages secretly teamed up and launched a full-scale war against them. I'm telling you, if any one village tried to fight them alone, they would have gotten demolished. Even the first Hokage from Konoha chose to ally with Uzhio Gakare. He was doing the right thing. The village was completely destroyed, and the Uzumaki clan was scattered all over the world. Even though they're technically gone, their power and legacy are just way too massive to ignore. They absolutely deserve a top spot on any ninja village list. Oodoakare. Oodoakare, or the Hidden Sound Village, is definitely not your average ninja village. It wasn't built for peace, politics, or tradition. This village was basically the crazy science project of Orochimaru. Orochimaru was one of the legendary Sannin, a ninja with almost unlimited jutsu knowledge and basically immortality. So yeah, he was insanely powerful. But here's the problem. Oodoakare depended entirely on him. It was basically a one-man startup. If Orochimaru disappeared, the whole operation fell apart. The village didn't have any strong clans or a real population. Instead, Otogakure was more like a massive lab, where Orochimaru experimented on people. Most of its ninja were either handpicked by him or created through his creepy experiments. The best example? The Sound 4, a group of enhanced fighters boosted by cursed seals that gave them terrifying second-stage forms. In terms of defense and location, Otogakure wasn't a normal village with walls and buildings. It was more like a scattered network of secret bases hidden across the village. This made it super hard to attack directly. There was no main target, but it also meant they lacked unity and didn't have a solid defense system like the bigger villages. Not that Orochimaru cared. Dude was playing 4D chess anyway. When it comes to long-term growth, Otogakure didn't really have a future. They had no real ninja academy, no stable community, just experiments and weird science stuff. After the war, Orochimaru sent Mitsuki to the Konoha Academy, which kinda shows he was trying to change, but Otogakure still doesn't feel like a proper village. It was more like a villain's lair with a science budget. Amagakure. Amagakure is one of the most tragic places in the entire Naruto world. Stuck right in the middle of 3 big nations, the village constantly got dragged into brutal wars. It became a battlefield over and over again, totally soaked in blood and misery. But don't get it twisted, Amagakure wasn't weak. They had some seriously scary legends. Hanzo the Salamander was once one of the strongest ninjas of his time. He was so powerful that even Tsunade, Jiraiya, and Orochimaru lost to him. And Hanzo gave them the legendary title Sannin. Although, well, if you lose a fight and the winner gives you a fancy nickname, is it an honor or just a polite way of saying thanks for trying? Hanzo used poison from his pet salamander, making every battle a literal nightmare. But eventually, he got overthrown by someone even scarier, Pain, or Nagato, the guy with the Rinnegan. Pain ruled Amagakure with absolute power. He used the 6 paths of pain to control 6 different bodies, each with a deadly special ability. And, yeah, this dude almost wiped out Konoha in one attack. That's how insane his power was. Alongside him was Konan, his partner, who could turn paper into deadly weapons. She was an S rank, no question. Defensively, Amagakure was actually super clever. Nagato used the rain itself as a surveillance system. If it was raining and you were in the village, congratulations, you were already being watched. And guess what? It rains all the time. Amagakure was also the most high-tech village in the series. They had crazy levels of mechanical upgrades and tech that most villages didn't even dream of. But all their power came from a few individuals. They never built a strong training system or raised the next generation properly. They didn't have famous clans or long-standing traditions like Konoha or the other great nations. Just pure power in the hands of a few. Even their location was a double-edged sword. Being in the center helped them with trade and strategy, but it also made them the main war zone every time the big nations fought. This created a generation of ninja who were incredibly tough, but also totally hopeless. Amagakure was a village caught in an endless loop of violence, too strong to ignore, too unstable to last. Sunagakure. Sunagakure, or the Hidden Sand Village, is a perfect example of how a harsh environment can create tough-as-nails ninjas. Surrounded by deadly deserts and rocky cliffs, the village has super strong natural defenses. But let's be real, nobody's trying to invade just to steal sand. When it comes to leadership, Sunagakure has had some seriously impressive Kazekage. The third Kazekage was known as the strongest in the village's history, thanks to his terrifying iron sand technique. He could control magnetic iron sand and turn it into deadly weapons. Then there's Gaara, the 5th Kazekage, youngest ever, total beast. He showed amazing leadership during the 4th Great Ninja War, and could literally protect the entire village with massive sand walls, like full-on defense mode. One thing that makes Sunagakure totally unique is their signature style, the puppet technique. It started getting big during the time of the 2nd Kazekage, and it became the village's specialty. Their puppet users can control dozens of deadly puppets at once. Sasori of the Red Sand was a true puppet master. He could turn people into puppets and fight using 100 at the same time. Granny Chiyo was also a legend. She mastered both puppets and healing jutsu, and even had her own S-rank forbidden technique. Plus, they've got some elite wind style users, like Tamari, who are crazy strong at controlling large-scale battlefields. So yeah, even though their military force looks kinda small, don't be fooled. Each ninja in Sunagakure is strong enough to solo a whole squad. At one point, the village had Shukaku, the One-Tail, sealed inside Gaara. That gave them a huge boost in battle power. But even after the Akatsuki took Shukaku, Sunagakure didn't get that much weaker. Why? Because controlling sand is pretty much in their DNA. The Kazekage have been doing it for generations, no tailed beast needed. The biggest problem Sunagakure has is its environment. The desert makes it super hard to get resources like food and water. That's why they haven't grown as much as places like Konoha or Kumogakure. But things have slowly but surely improved in recent times. Iwagakure. Iwagakure, or the Hidden Stone Village, totally lives up to its nickname, the Unbreakable Fortress. It was built deep inside strong rocky mountains, giving it one of the best natural defenses in the ninja world. Now let's talk leaders. Onoki, the 3rd Tsuchikage, was the ultimate symbol of Iwagakure's power. Even when he was old and kinda grumpy, he was still one of the most dangerous ninjas out there. His dust-release jutsu could literally break stuff down at the molecular level, turning people into dust in seconds. Only a handful of ninjas ever had that ability, which made Iwagakure seriously terrifying to fight against. Onoki was around for so long, he probably survived all 4 great ninja wars. Iwagakure's real strength lies in their hardcore discipline and expert earth release. Their ninjas are trained with strict rules and solid teamwork, making them extremely efficient in battle. And let's be honest, if you can control the ground, you control the battlefield. Most people gotta stand on the earth to fight. You mess with the ground, you mess with everything. The village also once had 2-tailed beasts, the 4-tails and the 5-tails. That's no small thing. It shows how powerful they really were. But unfortunately, they didn't treat their Jinchuriki very well, and in the end, both beasts got captured by the Akatsuki. Still, Iwagakure produced some wildly talented ninjas. Dadara, the explosion artist with clay bombs, came from here. And there were more like him, like Gari, a guy whose punches literally made people explode. Yeah, punch, boom. Next one, please. One small weakness of Iwagakure is that they don't have any super famous ninja clans. But honestly, their overall combat power is still super impressive. You don't need fancy surnames when you can turn mountains into weapons. Kirigakure. Kirigakure, or the Hidden Mist Village, is surrounded by thick fog and dangerous islands, which makes it super hard to invade. That fog isn't just for the vibes. It actually helps their ninjas train in stealth and assassination. That's why hunter nin from this village are totally terrifying. They're like ninja bounty hunters that never miss. The village's pride is the 7 ninja swordsmen of the mist, each wielding a unique, legendary sword. These weapons aren't just sharp, they're insane. We're talking about monsters like Zabuza Momochi with his giant cleaver, and Kisame Hoshigaki with his chakra-eating sword, Samihada. These swords are symbols of power in Kirigakure, not just tools. The 4th Mizukage, Yagura Karatachi, was once the Jinchuriki of the 3 tails, and he was also a scary leader. But he got mind-controlled by Obito, which pushed the village into a super dark era known as the Bloody Mist period. Luckily, Mei Terumi, the 5th Mizukage, came in and totally changed everything. She's a total queen, smart, strong, and not to be underestimated. She has 2 Keke Genkai, lava release, and boil release, meaning she can melt through anything or burn enemies with acid mist. And yeah, if it weren't for Obito and Zetsu interrupting, she might have absolutely destroyed Sasuke. No joke. Kirigakure used to have powerful clans like the Hozuki clan with water jutsu, and the Yuki clan with ice release. But during the Bloody Mist era, the village started killing off bloodline users out of fear. That messed up a lot of their strength and made many clans disappear or flee. It was honestly a huge loss. Under Mei's leadership, the village began to heal and rebuild. Kumogakure. Kumogakure, or the Hidden Cloud Village, is easily ranked 2nd among the strongest ninja villages, and it's not hard to see why. Their leaders, the Raikage, are incredibly powerful. The 3rd Raikage once fought 10,000 enemy ninjas all by himself, and he kept fighting for 3 days and 3 nights straight. That's some next-level stamina and strength. The 4th Raikage was one of the fastest people alive. He could punch you before you even thought about pulling out your kunai. Now they've got Darui as the 5th Raikage. He's calm, cool, and crazy skilled. He can use Black Lightning, a super rare and powerful lightning jutsu. But the biggest flex of Kumogakure? They had 2 perfect Jinchuriki. Killer Bee, who bonded perfectly with the 8 tails, and Yugaro, who mastered the 2 tails. Together, they gave Kumogakure massive power. Especially Killer Bee, this guy is a total wild card. He can switch between tailed beast forms super quickly and use crazy strong attacks. He's unpredictable, powerful, and somehow always rapping. Honestly, he's one of the most dangerous shinobi in the world, and also one of the most entertaining. Kumogakure doesn't have famous clans like the Uchiha or Hyuga, but they absolutely dominate in lightning release techniques. And in the Naruto world, lightning style is seriously strong. It's fast, it's sharp, and it hits super hard, just like Kumo's whole vibe. Konohagakure. Konohagakure, or the Hidden Leaf Village, definitely deserves the top spot as the strongest ninja village in the entire world. And honestly, the reasons are super obvious. Let's start with their leaders, the Hokage. No other village even comes close. The first Hokage, Hashirama Senju, was called the God of Shinobi, with his unique and insanely powerful wood release. The second Hokage, Tobirama, was the king of forbidden jutsu. The fourth, Minato Namikaze, was the Yellow Flash. So fast, most people didn't even realize they were dead yet. He literally took out 1,000 enemy ninjas solo when he was just a jonin. The fifth, Tsunade, was a legendary healer who could punch mountains. And the seventh, Naruto Uzumaki, a perfect Jinchuriki of the Nine Tails, the strongest tailed beast ever. And that's just the Hokage lineup. We haven't even talked clans yet. Konoha was the first ninja village ever, born from the alliance between the Senju clan and the Uchiha clan, two of the most powerful families in ninja history. Since then, they've collected other elite clans like Hyuga, Nara, Yamanaka, Akamichi, and so many more. Each one brings secret techniques, powerful bloodlines, and a ridiculous amount of jutsu. Need weapons? They've got it. Need forbidden techniques? Ask Tobirama. Their ninja academy system is totally next level too. Konoha's Ninja Academy is basically the Harvard of ninjas. It's trained legends like Naruto, Sasuke, Neji, Shikamaru, and a ton more. And let's not forget the spiritual glue of the village, the will of fire. It's this powerful belief that the new generation will always protect the next. And it gives their ninjas crazy strong spirit and determination. It's why they keep winning, even when the odds are totally insane. All right, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.